my channel. So today I recorded for you this smoky green eye featuring the new Bouncing lashes in the style Bombay. Aren't they pretty? I love them. I'm actually an affiliate with New Balance. I can get you 20% off of any New Balance lashes with the code CandleLight89. I'll put that here. I've never done that before. Hopefully it works. I'll put that here. So go on their site, check out their lashes. They have gorgeous lashes, 3D mink lashes. They're kind of expensive, to be quite honest with you. That's why I'm willing to save you the 20%. But they're totally worth it. I've had their mink lashes even before I was an affiliate with them, and I can use those lashes probably 20 to 30 times. I actually still have my first pair of New Balance lashes, and they're still going strong. I bought the Faction Lash like 6 months ago. I've used them probably 25 times, and they're still good. I would say that you need to take care of them and clean them properly. I clean all of my lashes, whether they're mink and expensive or drugstore and not expensive. I clean them all the same way so that they last the same amount of time. I can do a video on how I clean my lashes. If that's something that you guys would want to see, just let me know down below in the comments, and I can get that recorded for you as soon as possible. So to see how I got this smoky olive green eye with a pop of glitter in the center, just keep on watching. Also, don't forget to subscribe, give me a thumbs up if you like what you're seeing. And yeah, catch you in my next one. Bye guys. So to start off this makeup tutorial, I'm going in with Benefit POREfessional, patting that all over my nose, my cheeks, my forehead, trying to fill in the pores that are there. After that, I went in with TooFaced HangoveRX primer, and I just rubbed that in on my cheeks to moisturize that dry skin around my active acne. After that, I'm trying out a new green concealer by NYX. This is more of a cream concealer, so I just used my finger and patted that on everywhere that I have really red marks. And then I went in with my new favorite by Cosmetics Bye Bye Redness, and I used a brush to just buff that over everywhere that I put that green. And as you can see just from looking, it really did help to cover up some of my acne redness. Today for foundation, I used the Makeup Forever HD foundation, the liquid. My shade is 130 equals R33. I just dotted that all over my face, and here I'm buffing it in with a Sigma F84, which is a angled kabuki brush. I do have the Sigma F80, which I really like, but it was extremely dirty. I need to wash my brushes. So today I decided to use the F84, which is the same thing, it just has an angle to it. After buffing that in, I like to go over that with my beauty blender to try and pick up whatever excess product is left over from a brush and smooth out any streaks that may have occurred. To conceal under my eyes today, I'm using the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in the shade Light Neutral, and to highlight, I'm using Maybelline Instant Age Rewind in the shade Fair. I like to add highlight to my cheekbones, the bridge of my nose, the center of my forehead, my cupid's bow, and the top of my little chin dimple. Here I just blend that out with my beauty blender. And one thing I can say when you're blending out your concealer underneath your eyes is you want to make sure that you're going in both directions, as in towards your nose and then backwards towards your ear, to make sure that that product gets evenly distributed. I never used to pay attention when I was blending out my concealer. I just blended it out to make sure that none was still there, and I would find that my concealer would get up into my under eye wrinkles and crease, and that's not a good look. So going back and forth really helps to make sure that your concealer stays creaseless. Here I'm just using a Real Techniques multitask brush to set my face using MAC Mineralize Skin Finish in the shade Medium. Running it down my neck to make sure that my face matches my neck, because that's very important. Next, I'm going to contour my cheekbones and my temples of my forehead and my chin using a NYX HD blush in the shade Taupe. This is a very ashy blush, which is why I like to use it to contour my cheekbones. Whenever I contour, I find that if the shade is not ashy enough, it makes me just look orange, which is not cute. After contouring, I go in with Benefit Hoola to just bronze up my face and make that contour just a little bit less harsh. You don't want to walk around with just a ashy stripe down your cheeks, so you want to always make sure to contour and then buff that contour out per se using a warmer toned bronzer to help add dimension back into your face, since adding foundation can make your face look rather flat. As you can see, I have a bronzer party as per usual, and so here I'm going to use my Beauty Blender, the pointed end, and Lord Mercier translucent setting powder to kind of chisel out that contour. This is also known as baking, which I'm sure you know, but I've become really obsessed with doing it because it makes my contour look a little bit more clean and also brightens my lower jawline. Here, I'm priming my eyes using my Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. Then using the Makeup Geek shadow in Peach Smoothie on an Morphe MB23. I just dusted that all over my lid to set that concealer and make it easier to blend out shadows later. Highlighting my brow bone using Kat Von D Thunderstruck on an e.l.f. smudge brush. The next shadow we're going in with is Latte by Makeup Geek. It's a warm, darker brown, and I'm just adding that to the crease using a Sigma E40 to act as a transition shade for the next shadow we're laying down. As you can see, I'm not being very precise in adding this into my crease. I'm kind of just dusting it all over, not taking it too far down on my lid, but still making sure that it's really blown out and there's no harsh lines. After I feel like I've got enough latte all over my lid, I use a Sigma E25 and the Makeup Geek Shadow Cocoa Bear. This shadow is by far one of my favorite Makeup Geek shadows just because of the bronzy brown tone that it is. I feel like you can pair this shadow with almost any color and it would look magnificent as long as it's blended out and blown out enough. But if you wanted to, you could add quite a bit of it to your crease and make a very, very nice smoky eye. Here, I'm just going in with my E40 again to make sure that Cocoa Bear is completely and totally blended out. And here, for the star of the show, is the Revlon Photo Ready Eye Art Shadow Stick thing. It's a liquid on one side and a glitter on the other, and the shade of it is called Desert Dazzle. It's a liquid shadow, so I just used the doe foot applicator to apply some to my lid, and then before it dried, I tried my best to blend it out as much as I could. It did dry pretty quickly, so I had to add a little more to get that color back in. And I just applied that all over the lid and patted it out using my finger. And as you can see, there's a really harsh line there. So I went in again with Cocoa Bear on that same Sigma E25 to try my best to blend that shadow into Cocoa Bear. This is my first time using a liquid shadow, and I will say that they are much more difficult to work with, so time is of the essence and you definitely need to make sure you're blending it out as soon as you can. It took me a while to blend the two shadows together, so I cut out quite a bit of footage, but in the end, as you can see, I got them as blended as I could to the point where it didn't look like they were two different shadows, and I cleaned them up using my Sigma E40 again. Following that, I went in with Makeup Geek Mocha on a Sigma E65, and I just added that to my lash line to create a hiding spot for my falsies. Next, I went in with Milani eyeshadow in Vela Chiffon on a Sigma E30 and highlighted my inner corner tear ducts. Next, I applied 2 coats of my L'Oreal Voluminous Carmine Black Mascara to my top lashes. Next, I went in with Colourpop Kathleen Lights collaboration shadows in the shade Is Kathleen Lights. I laid this down as a base for the glitter that I'll be going in with in a little while. Here, I'm buffing Latte on my lower lash line with the brush that came in the Anastasia Beverly Hills Self-Made palette. I didn't want my lower lash line to be so smoky because I am putting that glitter on my inner corner. So Latte was the perfect shade to put on the bottom. Here I'm using the opposite end of that Photo Ready Eye Art by Revlon and just adding glitter to the inner corner of my lower lash line. I've been really loving glitter on the inner corner of my lower lash line because I feel like it just makes my eyes look so bright and awake and ready to party. Here, I'm adding my favorite, as I've said many times before, lower lash mascara, which is the It Cosmetics Tightline Mascara in Waterproof. And then I'm just adding the Tarte Inner Rim Brightener to my waterline to even further make my eyes look awake. And here they are, guys, my favorite New Balance lashes, which are in the style Bombay. I'm just adding those to my real lashes. These particular style of lashes are very fluffy and they have sections in them that are longer than others, which I really love that style. Here it is, the finished eye look. I hope you guys like it. We'll go through now and finish up the face. First, I applied What's Up by Benefit to the very tops of my cheekbones. Katie, also known as Luster Lux, uses this combination of highlight all the time, and I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. So topping off that What's Up with Laura Geller Gilded Honey on a M501 brush. Today for blush, I use the Tarte Amazonian Clay blush in the shade Entertain on a Morphe E4 brush. Just added that to the apples of my cheeks, and today I decided to drag it backwards towards my ear to make a little bit more of a blushier look to my skin. Here I'm using Gerard Cosmetics Buttercup lipstick, topping that off with Shimmer of Hope lip gloss, and that completes the look. I hope you guys liked it. Give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye, guys.